Well, shortly after that wicket fell, the umpires offered the light and the West Indies came off. 19 for 1 it was at the close. So West Indies are 107 runs ahead with 9 wickets standing. All in all, I think... Welcome to the fourth day of the fourth Cable and Wireless Test match. We're in Bridgetown, Barbados, and what a gripping day lies ahead of us. The situation is this, that the West Indies are 107 runs ahead and they have 9 wickets standing. Now the West Indies, of course, must win this test match to get back in the series, to level it. And to do that, they'll probably steady the boat first of all and then go for their shots. They must be bowling at England during the final session today. And as for England, they'll be happy to draw the match, of course. They'll contain West Indies wherever possible, and the best way to do that is to take wickets. Let's see how they get on. Here's Devon Malcolm bowling to Richie Richardson. It's 24 for 1. Or 4. Superb shot. Well, you just can't lollop up and bowl a long hop to a top-class international player like that.
Yes, there's no real pace in this. He's just knocked it in. It's hardly got up stump high and said, hit me. Really, it's just stood up and said, hit me, and Richardson's very nicely obliged him. He's giving it a real old wallop as that.
Well, that's a mighty blow. 6 runs. Quite right. Blow the whistle, sound the horns. You can't bowl like that to Richie Richardson.
Well, if he keeps bowling them halfway down the wicket to Richardson and Haynes, they'll be declaring at tea time, because they'll be hitting this ball out of sight.
That's well played. Very fast outfield, and that will be another factor that the captain will take into consideration. How quickly runs can be scored here, given that a batsman gets in.
Well struck here by Desmond Haynes. Perfect the place, left foot. Flowing stroke through the covers. Look at that left foot get to the pitch. Straight through the line of the ball. Beautiful shot.
Oh, and a big appeal. He's got him out, LBW. That's the danger ball. It keeps a little bit low. He was across and in front of the wickets. There's no doubt, it certainly looks from here that it was plumb LBW. He got himself perhaps just a little bit too far across. The ball kept low, and this is the end of Richie Richardson. Out LBW. It nipped back a little bit. It hit him on the pad there. Perhaps around about middle of leg stump. Did come back quite a long way. However, he's been given out LBW, and the West Indies are now 80 for 2.
Paying the price of playing back, Tony. Look how far back he gets. Right back, both feet inside the crease. And that looked fairly straight. If I was bowling, I would be quite happy with that decision. And I would be very unhappy if it wasn't given.
Oh, and a big appeal there for LBW, but he got outside the line, I think. That one also nipped back quite a long way. Freighter certainly making the ball jag back a little bit, and that would have given Viv Richards' heart a little flutter. Let's have another look at it. There it is. Outside off stump, he got a long way forward, and that's the difference, although he came back again, and I suspect that that one came back just a little bit too much. And he was a little further forward than Richie Richardson was. Notice his position there, way outside that front crease. Oh, that's a great shot. Viv Richards at his vintage best. Short ball outside off stump, right into the gap, and right off the meat.
Well, he tried this shot a couple of balls ago, but Philip de Freitas just gave him a little bit more room here to get those hands out. Forward, rocks back, strikes the back cut down, and he knows within a second or so that he's hit it cleanly in the middle.
In the air, and he's out, got him, caught it mid-on. Viv Richards going to drive that one away on the onside. Lifted the ball slightly, and it went straight to Gladstone Small. Test cricketers don't drop straightforward outfield catches like that. Here it is again, off the meat of the bat, from outside off stump. He didn't quite middle it. As a result, it was lofted in the air, and Gladstone Small made the catch. And so David Capel has got Richards out twice in this test match. It's 109 for 3.
Stood up here, he never really gets the left foot bent. A fairly stiffish left leg, he stood up playing it, and so he plays the ball a little too soon. And when you play and work the ball from outside off stump to the onside, your timing's got to be perfect and very precise.
A big appeal there for LBW, but that might have bounced a little bit too much. He's getting the ball every now and again to nip back too. But I think Desmond Haynes, conscious of the odd one keeping low, was quite a long way forward there.
Well, I think this is definitely worth a shout. Probably just going down leg side, but it's fairly straight. Desmond Haynes, as I said yesterday, he's playing a lot of balls very square on the onside. He's always been a great onside player, but I think he's much more square on this series.
Oh dear, that was a drop, a bad drop, and they steal a single while the inquest is held behind the stumps. So Jeff, first take a look at this.
Well, I think it's Jack Russell here. It may go down as a first slip catch, but it's Russell's. He's gone for it. If he goes with those gloves on, he's got to get it. He's going to first slip, he's going, he still hasn't got there, and that's definitely put first slip off. The chances of first slip catching that with a wicketkeeper coming across him, diving in front of him, is no chance of first slip. He'd have caught it easily with first slip. Nothing wrong with Jack Russell going for it, but if he's going, he must get it.
That's a cracking shot, and that's an overpitched ball. Very well played by Gus Logie. Prepared to wait in all the patience and cracked it off the middle of the bat.
Oh, big appeal there for LBW. It was pretty close to leg stump. But David Archer deciding that it was probably going down the leg side. Let's have another look at that one.
That seems pretty close. Let's have a look at it. Wow, that was close.
Oh, and that's a quick single, and it's hit the stumps there off the boot, but Desmond Haynes was out of the traps very quickly. I didn't think that he was ever going to be in danger. The danger was going to be down at the other end. He was comfortably home here.
This is the kind of running that we are talking about. Logie was a bit slow to move, but Desi was in a hurry. He was there in a flash. Wow, that is close.
That is close. I reckon that's out. Let's have a look at this
Well,
now. He didn't put his bat down,
is
did
in
he?
the air, yes. It's not down yet. Well, his bat was over the line, but not grounded.
Well, there's a big appeal again. The furthest has had any number of leg before appeals against Haynes turned down by umpire Barker. He's got him grounded.
Oops.
A chance, and he's gone. Or is he? Well, it must have been very close. Poor umpire Barker is not feeling the best today. And he and Logie in collision. Robin Smith, the fielder.
I'm not sure that umpire Barker could see this. Let's just watch that, see how he gets in what position. Here's the throw. Logie sees the ball, tries to beat it. Well, umpire Barker certainly was in no position to see that properly. We'll give Gus Logie the benefit of the doubt there, I think.
I think we've got to give umpire Barker the benefit of the doubt, because if he was in no position to see it and still gave the right decision, not bad. Smacked it away, that's gone for 4. One of the rare bad balls, and Haynes very quick to pounce on it. Bailey, well, they've been very accurate with their returns and have come extremely close to running the West Indies batsmen out. Hussain, first of all, with a kick back onto the stumps. Robin Smith just before tea, and now Bailey.
Well, interesting, good cricket this, but definitely not out. The batsman is quick, nippy, young Logie. He's quick off the mark, he's even watching the throw come in.
Well, he's almost decapitated Logie. This could be his 100. He certainly is going to run the 4 even if it doesn't reach, but it does. That's Desmond Haynes' century. It's his 13th Test century, Desmond Haynes. Very popular here in Barbados, the Barbados captain. The 2nd century on the ground by a Barbadian in this Test match, following Carlisle Best's 164.
Nice, straightish half volley there. Lovely to get those when you're on 96. Fullish, little fullish. Just whips it straightish mid-on. Good shot. Very satisfying.
And is he ever happy? So they're going after it now. Logie lofting over the top. Charges on. Haynes has got his 100. They can relax a bit now. 200 on the board.
Well, it had to come, there's no doubt about that. Time is moving on. The day's coming to a close in a couple of hours' time. The West Indies have got to move on. I said that later in the day, once they got in a nice position, they would start to attack the England bowling.
It's through. One of the best shots by Desmond Haynes throughout this innings of his. Cover drive.
Well, this is bound to happen when a man's got 100, he's relaxed, his confidence is up, and he's now going to cut loose at every opportunity. A real crashing cover drive, just thrown the bat through the line of the ball.
Down the ground, Malcolm coming around, and he makes a good catch. Well taken. So Desmond Haynes is out. Good catch by Malcolm. .223 for 4. Desmond Haynes out. Took good judgment, good hands here by Malcolm. A few hearts would have stopped when that was in the air, but he held it well, done it long off. Here's the applause for Desmond Haynes going off.
Well, excellent catch here in the outfield, running quickly to it, Devon Malcolm. He set off, had quite a bit of ground to make. The ball's up in the air a long time. He steadies himself when he gets there. Makes a lovely judged catch.
To Freitas again. Oh, my word, that kept low, and that's out. Virtually a shooter. This is what the reputation is at Bridgetown, Barbados, but eventually the ball will shoot. But that also came back, I think, and at 2:28, Gus Logie goes. It is even low. for a short man. So Gus Logie has gone LBW to De Freitas. The 5th wicket falls for 228.
Philip De Freitas is quite sure about that one. And of course the umpire agrees. A happy man, Philip De Freitas. Look at this ball jagged back. Well, that is plumb.
Good hits in the air. Beautifully caught, nicely judged. Robin Smith is the catcher. And Malcolm Marshall goes. And he scored 8 runs. It's 238 for 6 now. Well, the orders were clear. Both have put back the ball. This is a nice catch, taken very low by Robin Smith. So Marshall goes. 6th wicket down then for 239. That means West Indies are 327 runs ahead. Oh, he's bowled him off the pads. Well, this will be a strange hat-trick. 1 caught at long on. The next bowled of his pads, and Gladstone's ball is delighted with this sudden oasis of success. You heard the crunch on the pad as the ball slanted into Ezra Mosley. They've all been told to give it a whack. Let's be fair to Ezra. And the score, 239 for 7. That means West Indies 327 runs ahead.
They'll be down on the beach tomorrow, continuing to develop the tan. That one's hit way down the ground. This could be out. He's going to get him. Yes, he has. He's got him. Caught the deep. Down at mid-wicket there. Running around to his left, David Capel, making no mistake with that outfield catch. The ball was hit high and hard, and Capel took the catch for De Freitas. This is how it happened. He hit it up in the air. He went flying away down towards deep mid-wicket. He had to move quite a long way to his left, and he eventually got there.
Well, after that, there were no more wickets, and West Indies declared at 267 for 8. It had been a flying start. Richie Richardson, 39, 1-6 and 6 fours, but the centrepiece, essentially by Haynes, a partnership, Haynes and Logie, of 114. 267 for 8. Declaration came at 10 to 5. Well, England in the field, they wasted time, just bowled about 11 overs an hour. Small, De Freitas and Capel, however, bowled as well as could be expected in the circumstances. It was just not Devon Malcolm's day. So England, 356 required to win. Let's join their innings now. It's 1-0, and Ian Bishop bowls to Wayne Larkins.
Well, he's got the pair. Out second ball this time. Ian Bishop strikes right away, and for Wayne Larkins, out for his second duck in the match, a pair.
Well, a good enough ball, but you see that Wayne Larkins, unfortunately, is dragging his put across back in line after the ball has nicked the bat and gone through. Maybe the product of a day in the field. Anyway, it's 1 for 1. Larkins never behind it, moving afterwards back in line. The faintest tickle straight through to Jeff Dujon.
Oh, that did almost everything. Lifted and lefted. Startled look on Robert Bailey's face. Great cheer for Ian Bishop.
Oh, he's got that one away. That's a good shot. Slightly over-pitched delivery. Gus Logie's after it. And it's difficult to see the throw as it comes in from the west.
Tension showing on the faces of supporters.
Oh, and there we go. Now, he just jumped up in the air there. That's a dangerous thing to do.
Yes, he got himself a bit chest on to a low ball, but at least he kept the bat straight. He kept it straight. We could see the red printing of the maker there, and that's what saved him to that low ball.
Oh, he's got him, caught behind down the left side, huge appeal, and Richards has given him. I tell you what, the umpire wasn't going to give that. Richards created oh, he ran down the wicket, doing that little jiggle with his hand, and I really did think that the umpire had decided not out and gave the batsman out late. Now, the umpire is having a word to Stewart out there, who's indicating that it hit him on the thigh pad, and that really was very interesting. Now, you're going to have to watch Richards here and the umpire. This was a very controversial decision. There can be absolutely no doubt about the fact that the umpire was walking away. I don't think he was shaking his head. Well, Richards got his way, and Bailey, a very disappointed Bailey, is out. It's 10 for 2.
I really don't care whether you're a West Indian or an Englishman. That cannot be right in cricket. Here's the West Indies captain.
Well, it definitely flicked his thigh pad, and then all of a sudden, have a look at the face of Bailey. He cannot believe it. Richards at this stage is almost down the other end of the ground. Watch the ball here again. It flicks the thigh pad. The bat is at least 3 inches away from it. Richards goes up, and he ended up charging all the way down the pitch. What a controversial dismissal. Oh, he's got him. He's gone. He's LBW. And that was probably out, actually. The West Indians are absolutely ecstatic about this. I think he probably was out. He was back and square on. Have another look at it. He's bowled from around about middle, and it's nipped back, and I think that one probably fair enough. It hit the roll. You couldn't see a stump there. So the score now, England in all sorts of trouble, 10 for 3. Watch the ball, hit him right there. That's where it hit him, and it was perhaps hitting around about that red spot on the stumps.
Jack Russell came in next, and he and Alex Stewart took the score to 15 for 3 before bad light stopped play. What a disaster that England start. Larkins, alas for him, a pair. Bailey simply did not look out. But for the West Indians, 2 wickets to Ambrose and 1 to Bishop. I thought a disappointing demonstration of intimidation of the umpire by Vivian Richards. Well, tomorrow it's a rest day. The final day is Tuesday. That was going to be a long day for England. It might well be a short one and an unsuccessful one now. Until then, from Barbados, good night.